Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dwayne Johnson. The Rock are the two legendary superstars of WWE. The rivalry between Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock made history as a rare attraction worthy of 3 WrestleMania matches. Austin and Rock defined the Attitude Era with their runs as the top 2 faces of the WWE. 2 spots on the Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling belong to Steve Austin and The Rock, who also happen to have one of the top 5 greatest feuds of all time. Not just for the PPVs purchased, tickets sold, or money earned, though it was a lot, but for the number of can't-miss moments that it created. In an era starving for supernova-level star power, pro wrestling fans of a certain age will forever remember the time we had not one, but 2, of the greatest of all time. Brady vs. Manning, Johnson vs. Bird, Austin vs. Rock. Each was an all-time great feud between 2 of the best ever, but only one involved middle fingers, trash talk, rock bottoms, stone cold stunners, eyebrows being raised, mud holes being stomped, and smack being laid down like we saw with Austin vs. Rock. Greatest sports, entertainment, feud ever? You be the judge. Here are the most unforgettable moments from The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin's rivalry. While The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin's feud will forever be associated with World Championships and WrestleMania main events, it actually started in a mid-card feud for the Intercontinental Championship. In late 1997, Stone Cold had recovered from a career-threatening neck injury and regained the Intercontinental title he vacated at Survivor Series in Montreal. Meanwhile, The Rock was in the process of recovering from a nearly career-ending gimmick, the tassel-wearing, smiling dweeb Rocky Maivia, which was so bad it had fans chanting "Die Rocky Die." The two were on a collision course, as The Rock wanted to regain the IC title himself. So he stole the IC belt from Austin following a beatdown by the Nation of Domination on Monday Night Raw. Austin got the win and backed the belt he never lost in essentially a 5-minute squash at D-Generation X, in your house, then threw it in the New Hampshire River the next night on Raw so he could focus on his WWE title aspirations. The Rock got the forfeited title, holding it through most of 1998 in what was the longest IC run since the Honky Tonk Man, although did get eliminated by Austin in the Royal Rumble along the way. This brief feud was just there to keep Austin busy before his run for the WWE Championship, but it wound up creating its own kind of gold. Throughout 1998, Austin's feud with Vince McMahon escalated to become the hottest act in pro wrestling history. Meanwhile, The Rock was so awesome as a heel they had to turn him face, and his pops were now second only to Austin. Something had to give, so The Rock turned heel again to become McMahon's corporate champ at Survivor Series 1998. And thus the die was cast. After a bloody feud with Mankind, which saw The Rock and Mick Foley trade championships and chair shots, The Rock was set to defend against Austin at WrestleMania 15. Austin had his own mountains to climb, including The Undertaker and Big Show, before securing his claim to the #1 contendership in a steel cage match against McMahon at St. Valentine's Day Massacre. With the WrestleMania 15 main event now set, Austin rolled into Monday Night Raw in a big rig filled with Coors beer. Did he intend to drink it? There's no doubt he could, but instead he pulled out a hose and soaked McMahon, Shane McMahon and The Rock in a beer bath. It was an unforgettable moment in Austin and Rock's rivalry, and one of the greatest Raw segments. While there were rumblings that Mankind would be added to the WrestleMania 15 main event to make it a triple threat match, the bout remained what it had been for the past 14 years, a one-on-one showdown between the company's 2 biggest stars. That said, Austin was still presented as the bigger star, as he entered second, a spot typically reserved for the champion. The main event was the lone bright spot on an otherwise mediocre WrestleMania. Austin and Rock tore the house down, in an epic Attitude-style era brawl that went around the arena, but ended the only way it could, with Austin defeating The Rock with a stone-cold stunner after dodging multiple of The Rock's finishers. Austin then did the same to his archenemy, Vince McMahon, and then celebrated with the fired-up Philly crowd with a much-deserved beer, or 10. Austin returned from his spinal fusion surgery to a very different WWE. The Undertaker was the American badass, Kurt Angle was a new main eventer, Triple H was a multi-time WWE champion, and The Rock had taken his spot as the top guy. For the first and only time in WWE history, the company was headlined by 2 Mount Rushmore-level stars at the same time. Sure, The Rock was over huge in 1998 and 1999, but not quite at Austin's level. Now he was. Problem was, both guys were babyfaces, so getting to their inevitable confrontation had to be methodical. At Armageddon 2000, Austin and The Rock crossed paths in a 6-man Hell in a Cell, with Rock laying the smackdown on Austin, only to fall victim to an unexpected stunner, with a crafty Kurt Angle sneaking the pinfall. The megawatt moment came the next month at Royal Rumble 2001, with The Rock and Austin staring each other down in a throwback to Hogan and Ultimate Warrior at Royal Rumble 1990. The Rock and Austin locked eyes and threw hands while the New Orleans crowd lost their ever-loving minds, creating a top 10 Royal Rumble moment to be sure. The Rock got the better of the exchange, but was dumped by Kane before he could eliminate Austin. Austin won the Rumble, his record-setting third, and secured the main event at WrestleMania X7. These are some unforgettable moments from the rivalry between the two superstars. That's all for today, back with some other WWE stuff in the next episode. Till then, goodbye, stay tuned with my channel WWE Champs.